you tonight, and our featured bout this evening, a rematch from 6 days ago. That man, the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader, on his way to the ring looking to reclaim his status as champion for what would be the third time for Vader. And there you see his manager, the great Harley Race, former 7-time World Heavyweight Champion himself, bringing the mastodon, the big man Vader, 450 pounds of him to the ring, as he looks to reclaim again the World Heavyweight Championship that he lost just 6 days ago to the man getting ready to make his way to the ring. Standing everywhere at the point in Dublin for the heavyweight champion of the world. Well, there he is, the Stinger, with his legions of fans worldwide. Let's go back to Gary Michael Capetta. I think without a doubt, here in 1993, the most charismatic man in the sport today, and a big scoop slam on Harley Race, who got a little too close to the action. The Stinger sets the tone. The WCW World Heavyweight Champion ruling the ring right now as referee Nick Patrick calls for the bell. Vader on the outside. Sting waiting patiently in the ring. He's been champion for less than a week, again defeating that big man Vader just 6 days ago as part of WCW's international tour here in Europe. There you see the little Stingers holding up the poster of their hero. Sting won the World Heavyweight Championship for the third time in London, when he pinned Vader in a bit of an upset. It was a quick pin. And now Vader stalks to the ring apron and tells Nick Patrick to move Sting back. As the challenger makes his way into the ring here, and we are set to go. Featured match of the evening. What a treat for these fans here in Dublin tonight. So glad to have you with us here on the WCW Network. Vader trying to intimidate Sting. Sting will have none of it. The crowd booing Vader very clearly on the side of the Stinger. 100% they are backing the heavyweight champion of the world, who calls out to the crowd. And a great crowd on hand here as well in Dublin. We are sold out for this one. They are hanging from the rafters here in the arena tonight. Sting is ready to get this thing started. Vader has been very slow here in the early going, not wanting to rush in. And now two men lock up now, and Vader, a lot of power, just shrugs Sting off. Trying to establish that confidence early on here in the matchup. Sting, though, did you hear the fans chant on, Sting, Sting, Sting. I was going to say, Sting, a very strong man himself, a former bodybuilder, who has shown that he's very capable of getting in there with men larger than himself, as evidenced by him winning the championship from Vader in London. Now, Harley Race with some words of instruction for his man, Vader. Crowd's starting to get to Vader a little bit here. Vader and Sting have locked up once. They lock up again for a second time. Vader very quickly to a scoop slam. Sting a little slow to get up in the corner now to one knee as the champion. Sting Sting, the heavyweight champion of the world for a third time. 3 times in the last 3 years now as they lock up again. Again, Vader picks him up, and again, Vader with a big scoop slam. Well, early on here, the advantage certainly going to the big man from the Rocky Mountains. Former NFL standout, Vader just levels Sting. Tried to rush in. That was probably ill-advised by the Stinger that time. Vader going to pick the man up and into a short arm clothesline. Vader, so powerful, so big. 450 pounds. Vader, well, this is where Sting does not want to be. I was going to say it's getting into that corner. Now watch out, Harley Race on the outside here. Looking for a cheap shot. He's choking Sting on the apron while Vader has the referee distracted. Fans trying to tell Nick Patrick, but Nick Patrick tied up with the challenger. And there you see Vader and Race and how they work in tandem. Sting, after being choked, trying to get his wind back on the outside.
That's your champion! No, right here!
Well, for the Stinger, it was a big night in London just 6 days ago in front of another sellout crowd. When he hoisted the WCW World Heavyweight Championship in the middle of the ring after pinning Vader with a slam off the top rope. Sting and Vader. Now Vader wants to pull Sting into a test of strength here. I don't know if this would be wise for Sting to let himself get pulled in here. Sting giving up a couple of inches, giving up obviously like a 200 pounds in weight. As I said, Sting just as strong as many in this sport. I don't know if he wants to match up here with Vader. Crowd on Vader again, chanting the name of Sting. Vader's got to block out the crowd here and focus on the task at hand, and that's reclaiming his heavyweight championship.
Come on, boy, come on! Right here, come on! Shut up!
Vader yelling at the fans again, daring Sting to hook up here in a test of strength. Sting reaching up. They lock it. Oh, there's the power of Vader. Sting with a big drop kick. Sting ahead of Sting. Can't get the big man off his feet. He wheels around with the right hand. Here comes Sting, the heavyweight champion of the world. Wailing on Vader off the rope ahead of Sting, and he sends him onto the outside of the floor. First offensive moves from Sting in this match. And the champion says, I'm here to fight. Vader back in. Here comes Sting again. Gonna send him onto the outside. Vader out to the floor for a second time. And the heavyweight champion of the world is in control. Sting coming to the outside. Stalking Vader. Look out from behind. Harley Race. Race gets nailed by Vader. Sting moved out of the way. Stinger's going to pick him up. He scoop slams Vader out onto the floor. Champion in control. In this one fall contest for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, right now the challenger in trouble. Vader and Harley Race went for the double team on the floor. Race was holding up Sting, and Vader clubbed his own manager. Stinger able to quickly move out of the way. And I think that's the key for Sting in this one. He's got to be able to use his quickness. Sting on Vader as soon as he gets back into the ring. Whip of the drop kick. Nobody home. Oh, and a big elbow drop by the 450-pounder. The man they call Vader. And just like that, the tide has turned back in favor of the challenger now. Vader's so confident. Arrogant even. When you're that big, affords you some confidence. Goes for the suplex and he hoists Sting over. Sting hit very hard that time. May have knocked the wind out of him. Vader off the ropes. Big splash. That definitely knocked the wind out of him. Referee down. Count of 2. Sting kicks out. Probably instinct that time for the Stinger. Young man from Venice Beach, California, a World Heavyweight Champion for the 3rd time in his young career. Vader going to the top rope now. Sting there to meet him. Couple of right hands to the sternum. Sting wailing away on Vader. Vader with a block. And he shrugs Sting off with the right hand of his own. Sting! Big slam off the top. Nick Patrick down for the 2 and a 2 count only. Vader lost his headgear. Here comes Sting. He hit the rope very hard that time. That was the move that Sting beat Vader with as Vader dumps the champion out onto the floor. That was the very move Sting beat Vader with in London 6 days ago to win the World Heavyweight title. Almost got him again, but Vader with a clubbing forearm clothesline sends Sting down to the apron, and the champion is hurting. Sting slowly trying to get back up to his feet. Harley Race with the attention of the referee, and Vader just knocked Sting off into the guardrail down there by the riser. Up there on the outside that hoists the ring up. Harley Race with a cheap shot. Boy, Race. It's another kick in on Sting. He is so dangerous out there on the outside. Harley Race is tough as they come. Folks, we mentioned he was a 7-time World Heavyweight Champion himself before he retired from in-ring competition, then took over the career of Vader. Man who many believe now is the toughest in the sport. As Harley Race had that title for many, many years. Vader now gonna whip Sting into the corner. Here comes the big man and a big splash. Sting winded. Vader gonna pick him up now. Look at the strength of the 450-pounder Vader. He's going to throw Sting all the way back to London. No, he dropped him over top of the steel cable there, the top rope. And those ropes have no give. Sting throat first across the top. Vader firmly in control here of this one. We may be moments away from Vader reclaiming the World Heavyweight Championship. What's he going to do now? Picks him up across the shoulder. Fireman's carry. Vader gonna drop down with a Samoan drop. Sting hit very hard again. He has taken some big impact blows from Vader. Sting still trying to get back to his feet though. Vader to the middle turnbuckle. Vader will fly and he knocks Sting down again. Boy, Vader has been in control the majority of this matchup. Reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship. One fall here, title on the line. Sting defending for the first time in this current reign since winning the title from Vader 6 days ago in London. We're here in Dublin, Ireland tonight with a big crowd on hand watching this one. We're so glad you're with us wherever you might be as we bring you this World Heavyweight Championship matchup. And right now the challenger is laying in on the Stinger. Stinger trying to cover up. Vader will have none of it. Big clubbing right hands, closed fists. And he knocks Sting down to the mat. Sting though pulls himself back up only to get knocked down to the canvas again. Big Van Vader. Again, methodically picking over Sting. Seems more content calling out to the crowd. And now Harley Race again. Boy, he's been a big factor in this one, hasn't he? Another chokehold on Sting out there on the apron. Harley Race has been physically involved from the very outset of this one. Nick Patrick. I think Nick Patrick caught him that time. He has given Harley Race an earful. Meanwhile, back in the ring, Sting, flip over, trying to go for a sunset flip, and Vader just dropped all of that 450-pound frame right across the ribs of Sting. Remember, those are the same ribs that Vader fractured on WCW Saturday night just last year. Sting had 2 broken ribs after a matchup with Vader. Now the The challenger will take the champion, place him out there on the top turnbuckle. The end could be near for Sting. Vader's going to hook him up here. What's he going to try? A vertical suplex off the top? No. Sting firing back. Sting with right hands, laying him in on the sternum. The champion is not done yet. Sting to the head. Vader down. And that'll give the big man some cauliflowered ears. Sting up top. He's going to fly. Vader trying to catch him. He didn't get all of it. Sting did not get all of that cross-body block attempt. Vader tried to catch him and just dropped him in the middle of the ring. Sting, aside from a couple of offensive flurries, really has not had much for the big man in this match. He's going to try that sunset flip again. Remember, this didn't work last time. Oh, Vader missed that time. Sting with a quickness, one step ahead of the challenger. Gets out of the way. Both men down now as Nick Patrick administers the 10 count. The crowd here in Dublin all firmly behind the heavyweight champion of the world, Sting. Pulling himself back up to his feet. Vader with a left hand. He's going to pick Sting up again here in another scoop slam. Sting hits very hard on his back. You can never count Sting out of a matchup, though. Talk about the very limited offense he's had as Vader goes to the middle turnbuckle here. He's going to try that Vader bomb off the middle. If he hits this, it could be over. And he hits it. Sting took all of that weight across his ribcage. And you hear Harley Race. He's calling for one more. Race doesn't think Sting's finished yet. Vader back to the middle turnbuckle. Can Sting avoid? Yes! Sting rolled out of the way. The champion. One last gasp. If he had taken that, the match surely would have been over. I don't think his ribs could have taken another crushing blow from Vader. Vader back on him now. Goes for the clothesline he missed. Here comes Sting. Somersault. And he takes Vader down off his feet. Talk about the heart, the determination of the champion. And a DDT sends Vader down to the mat. Sting with a big rush of adrenaline now, feeding off this crowd here in Dublin. Of all of Sting's attributes, his abilities in the ring, perhaps his biggest attribute's his heart, as he is firing back here on Vader. A DDT from the top rope. He may have him here. A 2 count and a kick out by the former world champion Vader. Sting going to try to hook him up here. What's he going to try? German suplex? No. Vader with a back elbow. Sting will hook on a side headlock instead. Vader picks him up. Sting flips through. Sting hooks him this time, and he does get him in the German suplex. Sting will roll him up for the cover. 1. And Harley Race gets into the ring. What is Race doing in here? He's been involved heavily throughout the course of this matchup, but now to actually get in the ring, here comes Sting. Stinger splash in the corner. And Sting just hit Nick Patrick. Inadvertently, he went back to hit Vader and nailed Nick Patrick. Now, Sting hits the turnbuckle very hard, going for a second Stinger splash. Harley Race pulled Vader out of the way. Sting hit very hard. Referee down. Sting down. Vader trying to get back up. The heavyweight championship of the world hangs in the balance here in Dublin. Harley Race imploring Vader to get back to his feet. Nick Patrick still woozy from that inadvertent right hand from Sting. And now Vader. Oh, he's got Sting. Uh-oh. He's going to pick him up. Is this? Yes, the power bomb. Vader with his power bomb. Then he's got the champion down 2 and 3. And we've got a new heavyweight champion of the world.
WCW World Heavyweight Champion,
World Heavyweight Championship to Sting just 6 days ago in London, has reclaimed that same title in Dublin, Ireland here tonight. His patented powerbomb rolled Sting up and pinned him to take back the heavyweight championship of the world. Your new World Heavyweight Champion here in WCW for the third time, Big Van Vader.